We're going to look at the FTIR. This is going to be a startup guide for it. So this is the main instrument, and then the computer that goes with it. And then if you have any questions at any point, there's SMD at the back of the sign-in sheet that you can look at as a reference. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is log in. The password for this computer is capital FTIR. This is our setup for the ATR mode. If you want to switch it, like if you're running something that's on like glass slide, this easily just you can lift it up and it slides right out, and there's little attachments for it. And so to the right of the computer, if you want to grab this guy, this is for transition mode. You can put like a glass slide on it. And then you just want to make sure that all the pieces line up. So there's like a connector here that aligns. So then you can just lower it. And then it should connect in and feel pretty sturdy. And then when you're done, you can close this guy up. But we're going to run ATR first. So we'll pop this guy back out. So just lift it straight up. And then gently flop this guy straight down. And then should be good to go. So to open up the program, if you go to this bottom and where it says Omnic, we're going to click and open that up. So this is what the software looks like. We can click OK. It's just going to run like a quick test for us, and if you see the check mark, it looks good. Alright, so this is going to be our software. So we'll go to experiment setup, depending on whether you're using DTGS or MCT. If you want to switch to the MCT, one, you'd have to get us to help you to load the liquid nitrogen ahead of time, so please let us know in advance. But then there's also these experiment setups, so if you want to switch between the detectors, load up these guys, and then hit OK. And then otherwise, you can just kind of set all of your parameters. So if you're going to run the ATR, which we are today, then you'll have it on the ATR correction. If you're going to use the transmission, then make sure to have the H2O and CO2 corrections selected. But since we're using the other one, we're going to keep it on ATR. So once that all looks good, we can go ahead and hit OK. And then we can go ahead and collect the background. Okay, first you just want to make sure it's nice and clean, so you don't know if the last user cleaned it properly. To do so, use either methanol or IPA, which you can find in squirt bottles to the left of the instrument. Gently squirt some onto a Kim wipe, and then you can just gently wipe down all of this, the area where the sample will go. And then if you're going to have a solid sample, you should also clean the arm since that might also have some sample. Now it's all clear, you can go ahead and run a background. So here we just want to make sure, no matter what, just make sure the arm is out of the way, everything's nice and cleaned off, and there's nothing there. It should be completely empty and free of anything. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And then you're going to want to make sure you hit Start Collection. So now we're going to go ahead and add to window 1. So we'll select yes. And that'll add the background. It usually looks like this. I know it looks kind of funny, but that's what it normally looks like. And then we'll go ahead and collect our sample. So here we can enter our sample name. We're just going to do like test. And we'll hit OK. And now you can prepare the sample for the area for collection. So now to load your sample. So if you have a solid powder, you can just scoop some directly onto this detector right in the middle. You just want to make sure that that small diamond in the center is fully covered. And then also we want to apply some compression. So we'll kind of rotate this arm over, and then you'll want to just spin this clockwise And then just keep going until you kind of like meet resistance. You'll feel like a kind of stopping point, and then you're good to go. And then you're good to run your sample. If you have a liquid sample though, you don't need to use this arm, and you can just load. If you have a liquid, just drop it right in the center, like 1 or 2 drops should be fine, as long as that center is covered. And then you can go ahead and run your sample. We're just going to run some like methanol. So we'll have that loaded up. And when you're loading your sample, just make sure it's fully covering the diamond center. So once it looks okay, about what you expect, you can go ahead and hit start collection, and it'll start taking that measurement. Okay, and then once you have this ran, you'll also click add to window 1, so click yes, and then you'll have those spectra. So once you have these measurements, one thing that people often do is they do the auto baseline correction, so you can go ahead and apply that. There's other corrections you can add. So yeah, so once you've done that, there's other things you can do, but we won't show you that right now in this Quickstart. So to save your run, we'll just go to File and then Save As. So find your folder, and then you're going to want to save it, one as an SPA file, so that if you want to reopen it in this program and do anything with it, you can. And then also you can save it as a CSV, and that's something that you can then open in Excel. So just make sure to save it as both, so you have both as options, and then save that to your folder once you're finished. And then that's about it. Just exit out of the program, and then we'll show you how to take down your sample setup. So when you're all done, we want to make sure we clean up after ourselves. So you can go ahead, use some, if you have like a bunch of sample left over, you can kind of just like clean as much as you can off as possible. And then we want to make sure we clean it off with either methanol or IPA as well. Please make sure not to use acetone or any corrosives, or that can damage our detector. But get a little bit, squirt some methanol and a Kim wipe. We'll want to go ahead and fully kind of wipe down this whole area. And then also get the arm, if you use the arm, just to make sure it's nice and clean for the next user.